Every generation has something they want to hide. I'm talking about the world now. Every generation of every community, or better said, every ethnicity has something to hide. And that something that they want to hide, they conceal it from their children. But when the children grow up, the children realize that something doesn't add up. But often the children don't ask what doesn't add up, just to get along, to get the approval of their elders and of their parents. Then they want approval from society. And they now get along with things that don't add up, and they enable things that they shouldn't have enabled. So now they have things they want to hide. And that's how it continues from generation to generation. Seldom will you have a worldly individual that will see what others want to hide. Every ethnicity, or rather said, every human community of the world, so I'm talking about worldly people now, each generation of them has something to hide. It doesn't have to be something very big. It can also be that there are many fatherless homes because during that generation, they tolerate a lot of bad behavior from a lot of the men who just slept with women and left without looking back. And now you have a lot of fatherless homes and a lot of fatherless children that grew up with issues and they have questions. And now the generation that allowed it to happen, they don't want to answer. They don't want to give an account of what they've permitted to happen. So now they try to hide that. Or it can be that there was a genocide that occurred and people knew that there were groups of people killing and kidnapping folks, but they just kept their mouth shut because they didn't want to disturb their prosperity. And now that the body counts become visible, everyone is playing the victim. Everyone is angry at the perpetrators. While during the day when it was going on, people didn't want to hear about it. Every generation of this world has something they're hiding. Your parents belong to a generation that has something to hide. Your grandparents do. You belong to a generation where they're hiding stuff. Because it's your generation, you have an easy time understanding what it is they want to hide. The generation that will come after you and generations after you will also have things that are hiding. This is the reason why people that are a bit older often prefer to hang out with people that are of the same age. Because they know stuff that the younger people don't. And the fact that they know stuff younger people don't gives them an advantage. It gives them a leverage. It can be, for example, that you are in a city where you always see people from a specific group, from a specific ethnicity, having the best paying jobs. And you think, how is it possible that those people from this ethnicity have the best paying jobs? They are a minority, yet they as a minority, they have the best jobs in this town. How is it possible? Your father can't explain it to you because while your father grew up, it was like that already. But your grandfather knows that the people from that migrant backgrounds, that they used to be molested and harassed a lot. And after a while, they fought back. And when they fought back, they were about to expose all the dirty stuff of the community. So the people of the community conceded onto them. And that's why their children and grandchildren today, they have the best jobs in town because they've taken advantage of the fact that the community was afraid of being exposed. So you nor your father know about this, but your grandfather does. And because he knows it, he now knows what's going on. Your father doesn't, neither do you. So whenever you enter a place, whether you go to Brazil or you go to China or you go to Japan or to Norway, wherever you go, come in listening to what's going on. When you come in observing and listening, you'll notice things and you'll see the generational secrets that people don't want to be exposed. There are generational secrets that people keep hidden from others. That's how the world works. Because if you knew all that your grandparents' generation tried to hide, you would not regard them as honorable anymore. It is because you have this favorable view of the previous generations that you adhere to what they have to say. Because the moment you would know and see things clearly, you would think, what are these people? They've allowed a lot of bad stuff to happen. They enabled a lot of harm. And now that they are older, they expect us to validate them. We need to have respect for them, but they are not even honorable. That is why, as a child, you're always told not to have a big mouth. You're always told to mind your own business. Why? Because if you would be allowed to be free and to discover what's going on around you, you would discover a lot of stuff that doesn't add up, especially a lot of people that don't add up. And because the people that don't add up don't want to be challenged, they always want to keep you in check so that you don't mind what's around you. So whatever's going on around you, walk by faith and let the Holy Spirit expose the generational secrets to you. Well, that's it for now. Keep agreeing with Christ and be at peace.